Hi everyone, Carol here, artist of Onlytrees. Alright, so this is the second video, probably in a short period of time. I hope you enjoy this. I was excited. I finished a piece for a friend of mine. I've never done it before. I did not video anything about it until I finished it. So I wanted to share it with you. And then in this video, creating my wire tree ents or tree people or wire people. Those would probably be the hashtags that I use. But I decided I wanted to share with you how I go about creating them. They're fun to make. Every single one ends up with like a different personality, and you can create them to do all kinds of things. I mean, standing on their heads to sitting on a rock to like they're walking or doing exercises, gymnastics, the whole 9 yards. So just throw more inspiration out there for something for you to try. I hope that you enjoy this video, but this next clip, I want you to take a look at it. I am so proud of how this piece turned out. All right, let's get this started. Enjoy, get your beverage, get your wire, twist, put me in the background. Let's have some fun. This is the piece I'm talking about. The tree is sparse, but only for the reason I wanted the attention to be on the black bear. The black bear is reaching to the top of a holly tree, getting those last holly berries before the winter. I am so excited how he turned out. All right, that is just a lot of looping wire around a screwdriver. That's how I did it. Maybe next time I will record something. Now I'm getting myself ready to show you how I created my tree ents, or my tree people, or my wire people, whatever you want to call them. I call them my tree ents. Anyway, I'm getting my wire ready and you'll soon hear me talking. All right, I hope you enjoy this, guys. Okay, everybody. My tree ents, or my tree people that I make, I've got 30 strands here, 16 inches long, 16 inches long, and there's 30, and this is a 20 gauge brown wire. All right, this is for the tree ents or tree people. So I'm gonna fold them in half. I'm gonna do a better job folding them in half. I don't know, I really do like to have all my wire that the ends meet like this. Okay, not too bad. 30 strands, folding them in half. And I'm going to go about 1/3 up from the folding part, about 1/3 up. And usually that's about 3 fingers for me. Okay, like this. All right, but I need to hold on to, but I'm going to leave the space in there. So I'm going to twist, bring these together, twist, so I can get all 3 in. See that? Hold it nice and tight. That was 1/2 turn, and you know me, I always say 3 half turns, so that's 1/2 turn. This is 2 half turns, 1 more, 3 half turns, and I can get 2.5 fingers in now. See, we always lose size when we're twisting our wire. So those are the kind of things I always think about when I'm making something, is we lose space, we lose wire when we twist. All right, but I know that that's locked in place. So now I'm going to go down to where my loop is, and because I used 30 strands, I'm going to split this in half and count 15. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15. So I have 15 now on each side. And I want to pull that apart as much as I can. That's what it looks like so far. So 15 strands on this side, 15 strands on that side. Holding my wire nice and tight because I can see that it is coming apart a little bit here. So I want to hold on to that really tight. But I want to take this 1 half, get into this V with all 15 strands and twist. It's 1, okay, 2, and as I'm twisting right in that V, kind of pushing it inward at the same time I'm twisting. That was 2, 1 more, 3, now the other side, twisting right in this V, pushing kind of in at the same time that I'm twisting. That's 1, 2, 3. All right, that's what I got so far. Now I have 30 strands here and 30 strands there. First thing I want to do, these are going to be the arms, and I want to make the head. So I'm going to take 4 strands in the center here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, no, wait. Okay. And on this side, I want to take 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is the part I'm going to use for the head of my tree ent or tree person. Okay. And then I'm going to count 15 on each side. 15, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15. I'm going to keep this separate. And do the same thing for the other side. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15. All right, now these pieces that you see here and here are what I'm going to use to wrap the head. And these are going to be my arms. But I want to lock my arms, so I'm going to decide which is the front of my body and which is the back of the body. And I'm going to take 2 strands from this side. And I always read my wire. I take the time to read it, the placement of my wire. I do that on my trees too. All right, I'm going to take 2 strands and bring them over to this other arm. And I'm going to take 2 strands from the other arm and bring them over to this side. All right. These are my 15 strands for my arms. I'm going to split them. I'm not going to count these. It's not that important. But I'm going to get into that V nice and tight. And twist. 1, 2, 3. And now the other side. One, 2, 3. You can see the shape is starting to come together. All right, here are my 8 pieces that I decided to use for the head. I'm going to take 2 at a time, and I'm just going to bend them backwards around my fingers. So this, I've got one long one, so I'm just going to start that one a little bit, and this one, and then just wrap them into each other, making a circle. And taking it all the way down, getting my wires out of my way if they're in my way. And take the next set of 2, do the same thing. Okay, 2 more. I hope that you're enjoying this video. I've been wanting to play with something different. I'm working on a memorial piece which has got a lot of detail, and I thought I'll just take the time and create it and video it and then share it with all of you. That sounded really good. All right, last 2. Okay. And now these wires that I have here is what I'm going to use and take the time to wrap around the head part. All right. Now that's basic. This is, how I get started. And then, of course, I take my loops. Yes, Miss Loopy that I am. I use loops for everything that I create. I create bags and bags of loops, and then when I need them, I have them already created. So this is what I'm working on right now. but you can see I'm starting to shape him while I'm putting my thoughts together for this memorial piece. Customer asked for teal and greens for their hair. These are going to be the arms. And what I did with the legs, where the loops are, okay, where the loops are, behind, okay, this is what it looks like in front. This is going to be the front of the body. So the back part here, right here, this area on this leg, and then the back area on the other leg, right there. I take my wire cutters and I cut the back. All right, so that's what I did here. Take this one out. Did the same thing. You can see that I cut all of those 15 strands, right? 15. Cut them right here, and I pulled them down. So I opened it up and twisted them together. So this gives me longer legs. Now my legs aren't done yet because I'm just not sure how I want to finish them off, but this is what I got so far. I started another tree ent. Just in that last video, I was using the greens, the teals, basically doing the same thing here, but I wanted to get more on the loops. So these are the loops, and you've seen me make these. When I'm doing the hair on the loops, I can show you this one. This is the loops again. And all I did was separate the loops. Now I'm still not sure if this is going to be the end effect on the hair that I'm creating for this tree ent or tree person or wire people. But this is just one effect that you can do, and I use 6 sets of loops to put on his the top of his head. And also I have a beard here. Now I already glued what he's going to be holding, but you can see down here I made him a beard. All right, so that's where I am now. I have my loops in the front, I made a beard, and all I did for that was take one set of loops and I'm folding it down, okay, and then taking the next set and folding it down, so I have this effect. And I have this little bit of wire, so I'm just gonna tuck it back down underneath. So this is how I did that. All right. Now this guy, he's gonna have an extra heavy beard. But I just take one of the wires that I used back here, because I'm using these wires to wrap around the head, and you can see that when I started this, I took the ends. All right, so that's if I'm gonna make a beard. Sometimes I don't make a beard. So these are my loops. And for the head, I wrapped my wires down and made a circle. I split my end pieces here. I happen to have 4 pieces here. And I pushed them in between all of these circles that I made. So one wire might go in 2 sets. The other wire might go in 3 sets, and they come up out of the circles. Then I lock that into place, okay? Take my wire cutters, and so let me just give you like this idea. So say this is the top of this guy's head. All right. So when I'm doing that, I take the end pieces and I go in between. Just like that. All right, so you see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and I take my my pliers and I lock it into place by pulling my loop up and going around one way. Well, since there's 4 wires here, I would go around with 2 wires one way, and then the 3rd and 4th wire I would come down and go around the opposite way. And that locks this into place, all right? And I just keep adding until I feel like, oh yeah, he's got enough hair. Now, again, when I make my loops, I make sure that they're twisted tight enough, because on a lot of my tree ents, like my blue spruce trees, I cut every single loop. And I do the same thing for my beard. Okay? So I did start that. And you know what? Each one of these has a completely different character, and I really don't know. I mean, I've got a thought in my head what I'd like to do, but I really do like to catch the character of the wire tree ent that I'm creating. So my thinking for this guy is going to be a hunter. All right, so this is what I do. I cut my loops. So I've got a couple more loops that I need to cut, but I pull them out separately, and that will become the beard. The other thing that I didn't get to show you is on that last set were the legs. When I say I cut all of the legs to make them longer, this is where I cut. All right, and this is a lot of wire. I think these wire cutters will be strong enough, but I go and I say often, well, I don't know how often, but I do say it. I read my wires so I see how this is bending downward. I want not, okay, I do not want just a big clump of wire here when I cut it. So it will probably be cut into an angle. So I take this side of my cutters, all right, and get right up against in there. And since I twisted my legs 3 half turns, I know that it's locked in place. So if I go in here, take the flat side of the wire cutters, go in here, I'm going at an angle at the back of the body, not the front. You want to cut at the back of the body. I'm going to go in here. Right up next to, as close as you can, and then cut. All right, so you can see that it's pretty much of an angle. And then I pull this down, and these become longer legs. All right. Get my beard out of the way. All right. I'm not counting, I'm just splitting. I'm reading my wire. Like this one wire over here looks like it would be better used in this set. All right. And I take my pliers. I've got this big chunk of wire here. I just kind of want to blend that all in. All right. Getting it close to each other. And then splitting this up. Now, just since I played with it, I need to look at the wire. Okay, that looks good. And again, playing with the wire, I see that if I get too close, I'm afraid it gets fuzzy for you. But reading the wire, I mean, I see that this wire here is going to be the first one. It's the closest one. And then this wire over here is the last one. I kind of look at all that stuff. It gives me a better idea of how it's going to twist, because I just don't want to twist the wire. I want to make it as uniform as possible. So that's something that I do. So yeah, reading the wire, I just found this one would be better set right in here. So now I'm going to get that all together, get into that V with my thumb and my fingers, almost like with my hand in between the wire, because I want a nice even twist. I'm going to go in, okay, slow motion, in between the wire, thumb, fingers, twist. Okay, and then do the same thing for the other one. I'm looking at the back of the body. Get these wires out of here. The back of the body. I'm going to go in at an angle. I'm going to use the flat part of my wire cutters, and I'm going to go in as close as I can. Okay, as close as I can, and cut. I'm going to pull that down. Get the beard out of the way. Kind of separate the wires. And I'm looking at them. Nice even twist. Kind of mold those cutting wires that have been cut, kind of mold them in first. Looking at which way the wire was twisted too, so just molding them in a little bit, making it a little bit tighter. And then going in, right in between that V, all right? Slow motion here. In between the wires, thumb on the bottom, fingers on the top, and twist. All right, that's how I get my legs. Now you can see this is the back of the body, the hair is here. My cut wires in here and kind of molded it all together. Most likely when this is done, you really won't see much of the back. All right, turning it around, this is now the front. Looking at it, now I'm going to push the arms down so I can give you an idea what I do for the head. It's not in my way. All right, again, I'm looking at the wire, seeing which one I want to choose, kind of spreading them out. All right, and usually what I do is take the wire that is furthest away, so it's this bottom wire. All right, and I always go in the same direction when I'm wrapping the head part. So basically this lower wire around, okay, and I'm just going to continue. I'm making his neck right now. I'm laying each wire on top of each other. Try to make it nice and even all the way around. And at the end of that one particular wire, I'm going to bring it in and tuck it. I don't know if you're going to be able to get a really good picture of this, but kind of even. Every wire will go in the same direction till I cover all this up. Okay. Next wire, same thing. But I want to build up now. So any of those wires are in your way, you're going to move them. Just gently go around in circles, building your way up. You come to the end and then tuck it in. Next wire, same thing. Coming up, going around. Let's see if I can. You'll have to let me know if you're seeing this, if it's in the right angle. I'm sure you will. I mean, the camera is here, but I'm not looking at the camera. I'm just hoping that you're seeing this. If not, I will not post this one, and next one I make, I'll try again. But again, just tucking that end one in, you can see that the faces, or the head is starting to come together. Again, up on top. All right. So slow process, but that's what you want to do for the head. All right, I got one side done that was for the head, wrapping it all in the same direction. Now I'm just going to continue on the other side. And for this side, I usually go with the closest one. All right, so I want to build up the neck a little bit. I'm going with the closest wire to the neck, starting out, going in the same direction, building up. Taking that end, whoa, I hit my head on the camera, so you're waving. Next wire, looking at which one would be best. This one here, okay. Building my way upward. Tucking the end of the wire in. Taking the next one. Wrapping it around. The head is becoming a nice size. Taking that, tucking it in. Oh, my head is too close to the camera. Taking the end of the wire and tucking it in. Another one. You know, I don't like where this one placed, but all right. Taking the end of that wire, tucking it in. Three more to go. Hang in there with me, guys. All right. You want me to sing to you? Oh, just maybe it's your birthday. Happy birthday to you. Maybe you're celebrating an anniversary. Happy anniversary, happy anniversary. All right. Oh, okay. All right, it's all in fun, all in fun. All right, I'm down to my last one. And in there, tucking that last wire into place. Right, cool. Okay, so that's what I got. Okay, now playing with the hair, or playing with the wire, the loops. All right. So now what I'm doing is just pulling everything back down. Kind of separating the loops so that they're not all in a clump. Then layering them. Okay. And any of those wires that kind of look like you've got gaps in there, nice thing is that when you're pulling the hair down, you're not going to see that. Just taking one set of loops at a time. Couple of them standing up. So there's 6 sets of loops in just this, all right? And for the beard, I used 2 sets. So this is gonna be kind of thick. This is the first time I'm doing 2. So this might be thick. This might be the first and last time I do it that way, but I wanted to see the effect that it would give me. But now for these loops, I'm not 100% positive, but I think that I'm gonna cut every single one of these loops so it's straight, cut them and pull them and make them straight. Just gives it a really, really cool effect. And then be able to kind of shape it. These pieces, when they're loops, are kind of short, so when you cut it in the middle, it gives you maybe like a 1/16 of an inch on each strand, a little bit longer, so you can almost shape what the hair on your tree ent is gonna be. Again, for the beard, the reason I did 2 is because I wanted to do 1 set double cut on the loops, and the other set I wanted to do 1 cut. So this will give me some short strands and some long strands, and mix that all in. So the arms, they're pretty easy. I don't know that I need to explain that, but you're gonna, you know, shape how you want to do that. Okay. And then try to get the same measurement on the other side. And you can see I'm twisting with my left hand. You might be right-handed, so just be conscious on that. I am left-handed. So anybody else out there left-handed? Let me know. Give me a thumbs up if you're liking what I'm doing. This is the one way that gives me the inspiration to try something new to show you. But yeah, I'm a left-handed artist. 4th generation on my mother's side, lefty, and then it ends with me. I'm the last left-handed. All my children are right-handed. So, all right, enough of that. So this is what I got. The legs, I don't finish the legs until I really have a perspective on what this guy is going to be doing, or any other one. This one, I just twisted, split everything into 3s, and he only has this, but he will be covered in my wire grass, and you've seen me do that. Let me show you real quick, because I think it's right here. Yeah. So these are my loops again. I use my loops. So this is my teal, army green, and peridot. These were loops. I split my loops open. I pulled them to make them large leaves, and then I bent those pulled pieces of wire and bent them inward. So this is what I got. And this will be my grass that I'll go around the feet. And this also allows me to have a little bit more gluing area, because I don't drill into the wood because it's just too small. So this allows me to do an extra glue on the feet. So he will be like this. And this guy's right. You rock. You rock. You guys all rock. Hanging in there, watching. I hope that this is a benefit to you. All right, so this is where I am. And yeah. I hope that you enjoyed that video. I know it's not wire trees. It is something a little bit different. I love to share what I do. And to put these videos together is awesome. They take time. No big deal. You know, what else do I do besides drink iced coffee and twist wire and get to talk to you guys that have the opportunity for a few minutes to send me a comment. I really appreciate that. It gives me the inspiration to continue what I'm doing. I'm gonna see if I can start another playlist. This is the first time kind of that I'm doing something totally different besides wire trees. So I'm gonna see if I can change some things around on my playlist. And if this is something that you're interested, give me a thumbs up. If this is your first time here, I am a wire artist. I do wire trees my whole life, 50 plus years of creating wire trees. And now this year, if you've looked at some of my videos, in the stories, my playlist that says stories, there's like 50 plus. These are just stories, me being me. You get to know me and either move on and say this lady is crazy, or stick around and watch those videos. And I'm probably rambling here, but when 2024 hit in January, my goal was to do some different things. So with that process, we are Labor Day weekend. If you're in the United States, the whole nation celebrates Labor Day, which is this coming weekend. So celebrate, be safe. But since January till now, I have been making stories with my wire trees. And so this is the avenue that I've been taking. All right. Thank you. Thank you for watching, spending your probably another 50 minutes with me. I hope that you're doing well, you're twisting, you're inspired to continue to twist every piece, finish that project that you're working on. I know you got this, you can do it. Finish it up. If you're interested in what I do, I hope that you'll subscribe, hit the bell button, and throw me a thumbs up if you like what you're seeing. It's greatly appreciated. All right, have an awesome day, and we will talk soon.